Good afternoon. Welcome to Moving Right Along. My very special guest today is someone that is speaking, and we can kind of see it. Is someone I've known for about 19 years. She's a longtime first grade teacher and someone who I work with is number one in my heart, and I love working with her. She is awesome. Any guesses? Yep, that's right. Mrs. Von Allman. Hi, Mrs. Von
Hi.
Allman. How are you?
Hello. Good.
Good. Glad to see you. It's been a
Nice
while.
to yes.
Almost like 3 weeks, it seems like. Time flies,
A,
but so
a blip in the time we've known each other.
that's right. My first question I always like to ask is, how are you feeling about the interview today?
I'm excited. I'm hoping that my students will be able to see it, that they'll click on it and want to watch it, because I know that I've gotten a few videos from kids, which have been fun. So I'm hoping they'll get this and
That's why I want to see more views. Like I've seen, like the most I've gotten was like 60 views for something. I want to see more kids seeing it. We have 400 students. I want to see that 400, 500 views so kids can see all this. That's why we're doing it, just try to connect with them. So let's start off. Just tell us about where you're from. Tell us your background a little bit that people don't know about you.
Well, I live in Oxford, Michigan, about 35 minutes from the school. I grew up about 5 minutes from the school in Troy, Michigan. And it's funny, not until I finished my degree in teaching did I even know that Avondale existed. So actually my neighbors' cousins all went to Avondale schools, and I didn't know where it was until until I subbed, and then I found out it was right around the corner. So. Yeah.
So
I've been teaching. Oh,
no, go ahead. So it's like, tell us like how long you've been teaching.
I've been teaching for, this is my 25th year. I started out at Stiles, which no longer exists in the Avondale schools. I long-term subbed there for a teacher, and then I was hired at Graham, and I taught at Graham for 2 years. And then I transferred to Woodland and taught there for 17 years, and that's where I met Mr. Kilborn. And then we both transferred to Auburn. So that was, I think, 5, 6 years ago?
This is our 7th school year.
7, okay.
Yeah, so it's like, speaking about time flying, for sure.
Right.
So tell us about your very large family.
I have 4 kids. I have a daughter who's a junior in college, and she's now taking all of her classes online. And I have twin boys who just turned 18. They're supposed to graduate this year, which they will, but unfortunately they won't be walking, they won't have their prom dance, which made them very sad. But they will graduate. I have a junior, my youngest is a junior in high school. And I'm married. And I don't have any animals. I used to have chickens, but not anymore. One day.
Chickens?
I'll get them again.
What was your first job?
My first job was babysitting, but my first job where I actually worked somewhere, like where I went to an establishment, was McDonald's.
Oh.
I was a fry girl.
That's good.
And I worked there for 2 years.
Did you ever do the McDonald's birthday parties? Did you ever?
No, I don't think they had them back then. No.
I always wonder, like, when that stopped, because when I was a kid, I always remember we had a McDonald's birthday party, and it was the most exciting thing ever.
It's a great first job. You learn a lot of good business sense working at McDonald's.
Just like probably like personal interaction with people and stuff too, as much as you see people and have to be that way, especially if you're a fry girl, right?
Right.
So,
well, I was more than that, but
right. Of course, you have to be everything there, you know.
Right, that's right.
Even dressed up as Ronald McDonald, I'm sure, at one point.
No.
So why did you become a teacher?
Well, I've always loved kids. I always wanted kids. I remember probably when I was in first grade, knowing I wanted a family and I wanted a large family, and I just like kids. I babysat. From the moment I could start babysitting till I got too busy with college. I was always a babysitter or a nanny, and I just felt like that's where my calling was to work with kids.
As a teacher, was there anybody along the lines that kind of influenced you to be a teacher or helped you along the way?
Actually, no, I don't come from a family of teachers. A lot of teachers have parents who are teachers or family members. No one in my family was a teacher. I was the first person, I guess I'd say, in my whole family. Oh, my uncle actually in Idaho was a teacher, but I didn't know him that well.
Yeah.
But it was just something I chose to do on my own and that I wanted to do. I had
Was
great
there,
teachers, but nobody
I was
that
just going to ask, is
influenced.
there any teachers that inspired you?
Well, not when I was in school, although I had great teachers. I went to the Troy School District and had wonderful teachers. But in my teaching profession, the first person who influenced me was a teacher at Stiles who went to Woodland. Her name was Lynn Wojciechowicz, and she was just
Mrs.
a very
Woj.
creative, just a very creative teacher and very fun person. Taught me how to have fun in the classroom with the kids, and then Mrs. Sakalian, who I teach with, she's just always been a learner, and I am impressed with that, and I hope to be like her one day.
Yeah, those are two good examples for sure. Um, let's go off the education thing a little bit and tell us about something that people would be surprised that you're great at.
Hmm. Well, up until a couple of years ago, I played soccer. I was a pretty good soccer player. I played in high school, but then kind of stopped for a while. But I played indoor soccer. I ended up playing on my brother's team, which was a co-ed team. And I think it was when I was about 40 years old after I had had my kids. I played on a 40 and younger league, which meant there could be 28-year-old boys on the team. And I realized how old I was, but I kept up pretty good with them. I think, Mr. Kilborn, I played against one of your student teachers once.
That's right. I remember that. She even talked about it, and like you talked about it. It's true.
Yeah.
So, besides kids and the staff, what do you miss most about school right now?
I miss the routine. Um, I like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting out the door by 6 and getting to school by 6:45 and having that quiet time in my classroom to think about what I'm going to do in my day. I like the busyness of the day. And then I liked the coming home and relaxing. And now it's all up in the air and
Yeah,
it's
that's
really
right.
hard.
It's like that drive there and two. It was like it's always a nice way to get
Yes.
through your day, and like you don't have that as much and stuff either. I'm the same way. I try to keep routine, but it's not quite the same. But
No, it's hard.
it is. If you weren't a teacher, what would you be?
That's interesting because I've thought of a lot of things that I would be, but I always tell my students, and this is really, I guess, what I would want to do. I'd want to be a baker. I'd want to
Oh,
bake, like that's what I've been doing a lot, is baking and baking new things that I've not tried before. So I'd like
maybe
to open my
start
own little shop.
videotaping that and have a little your own baking show while
Yeah,
you're
maybe.
our time off. All right, here's the fun part. These are the quick questions. Quick,
Okay.
quick questions, quick answers. All right.
Okay.
Some of them might take a little bit longer, but I'll give you that. Books or movies?
Okay. Movies.
Walk or run?
Run. I ran 3.5 miles today.
Oh, awesome. Hugs or high fives?
Hugs.
One snack for the rest of your life. What would it be?
Um, I like the bold flavor Chex Mix.
Ooh, that's a good one. I just saw they have a new spicy dill pickle Chex Mix. I'm not sure how I feel.
Oh, I would love to try that.
Yeah,
I love dill pickle
coming
flavor.
to your shelf soon.
Okay.
Winter or summer?
Gall. I love them equally because I love to ski. I'm a pretty good skier. And I love summertime because you can be outside. So probably winter. I
Winter.
can do one. Yep.
Mountains or tropics?
Mountains.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes with
Day or
lots of
night?
butter and syrup. Sorry.
Ooh, that's fine. Now I want pancakes. Day or night?
I like nighttime.
Do you know how to swim?
Yes.
Truck or car?
A truck from like the 50s. An
Ooh,
old truck. Yeah.
very cool. You're so cool. Uh, favorite grade when you were in school?
Hmm. Elementary school was hard for me. So I would say high school. I really enjoyed high school. I just loved the social aspect of it.
It's all right. Shower or bath?
Shower.
Uh, favorite physical activity?
I love to play tennis with my family, so
Ooh, that's a good
play
one.
tennis. But I also like to garden. I guess that's kind of physical.
Yeah, if you're
Hmm.
moving around, anything. Bed, made or messy?
Made. I love to have it made every day. And if I get up before my husband, I know he really loves me if the bed is made when I get home. And I tell him that every time he does it.
Awesome. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah, I would say so because it's in between two buns and you can put condiments on it. So yes.
You and Miss Rolnitsky are the only ones who've said yes so far. So
You can slice the hot dog in half and make it like two pieces of,
you could make it
lunch
a
meat.
sandwich. You might have me convinced that it might be a sandwich. Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee in the morning, tea at night.
Kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
I'm interested to hear this one from you. Food you had to eat when you were a kid that you don't have to eat anymore, and you're so glad that you don't have it anymore.
Oh, interesting. Really, there isn't anything I won't eat. Well, I had to eat peaches when I was a kid, and I didn't like the consistency. I had a hard time swallowing them. And my
Really?
mom would put them in those little fruit cups, or you'd buy those little fruit cups with the metal thing that
Yeah.
you peeled off. And I would avoid the peaches. I love the pears. I love the maraschino cherries. Sometimes those grapes were a little soft, but peaches, I don't have to eat them. I choose to eat them when I want to, like in a pie.
Right. But that's
But
the one thing. It's interesting.
yeah.
Um, let's do one or two more. Your least favorite chore?
Cleaning the bathrooms.
Yeah, it's gross.
I have 3 sons, so it's
Yeah.
really gross.
Yep. I gotcha. Would you rather live in a zoo or a museum?
Hmm. I guess the zoo because I could be outside, but in the winter, it'd be like the zoo in California, Southern California. That's where I would want
Like
to go.
San Diego, that's
Yeah,
where
the
you want
San
to go.
Diego Zoo.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much. So far, so good. Last question. Is there anything you want to say to the kids?
Yes, I want to say I really miss you. I wish we could be in school. I would go to school tomorrow if I could just to see you. I miss your laughs. I miss reading stories to you and seeing you just totally engrossed in what I'm reading. And I miss you very much.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for zooming right along with me today.
Thank you for doing this.
Hold on.